more specific than that. Malachi, what does it measure?
It measures how fast the wind is going.
Yeah, and what's another word for how fast it's moving, Malachi?
Or it could measure something else too, like strong is pushing the
Yeah, what's the word we use for it, Jude? Speed. The wind speed. Okay, excellent. So we're going to take a look at a windy event that we've already learned about a severe weather event. And I just wanted to give you guys a close-up view because we almost had this weather event yesterday.
About 5 miles east of Greenbrier, getting ready to cross the road.
Oh my God. Jim? Okay, but we're kind of like in a bad spot. Wow, look at that.
Okay, I want you guys to do a quick turn and talk at your table. How is the wind created? How is the wind created? We learned from our Bill Nye video. Go ahead. The sun and what else? But what does the earth do? Okay, how does the sun heat? Sun heat plus what else?
Energy.
What is the earth doing that's helping create that wind?
Speeding up the wind. Speeding. Look it. Alright. It's the earth. Stop
Ooh, let's try that one more time. Okay, who can raise a quiet hand and tell me how is the wind created? Julian, how's the wind created? Sun's energy plus one other thing that's very important. Caitlin Lawson, what's the other thing that's really important? Heat and well, how is the wind created? Not from wind, right?
Because if
Go move your clip down.
because if the heat, if it's like really cold and then the wind touches the heat on the ground, it would form together and make a tornado.
That's how tornadoes are created, the cold air and the hot air, right? But Kaden, what's the important thing the earth is doing that the sun's heat is helping? Yeah, it's spinning, so that's what creates the wind. So Mr. O'Day is going to pass out our investigation for the day about a device called a weather vane. And I want the first thing I just want you to answer is, what are some important facts to remember about wind? You could write how it's created, maybe some severe weather that can happen with high violent windstorms, or whatever you remember about the wind. you may move your clip up. Thank you for your polite manners. Let's take 2 minutes to write some important facts about wind.
All we've been talking about all weekend. Right now we're working on this worksheet. Answer the questions. Your thinking caps off.
And what is the Earth? Yeah, but not spinning, it rotates. That's what we want to say, right? Yes. Yeah, it rotates, but be careful what you say because tornadoes are very fast winds, right?
How wind happens.
So that's not what creates the wind, right? What creates the wind?
That has nothing to do with what we're doing.
Remember, there's two things. Yes, from what? And then what is the Earth doing?
You'll have to use your brain and take it back to me.
Okay, who can share with me one of the facts that they wrote about that's important to remember about wind? Ava, what did you write? It can create severe weather. Excellent example. Caitlin Fisher, what's one that you wrote?
Wind is created by the sun.
It's created by the sun, and what else? What's the other thing, Caitlin Fisher, that is happening to create wind?
And the earth is spinning.
Spinning, but what's the word we want to use?
Roll.
Not rolling. Sebastian, can you tell us?
Rotate.
Rotating, yes. So it is spinning. It's like the same thing, but we always want to say it's rotating. Kaden, why don't you add one more fact for us before we move on?
It could form a tornado or be
It could form a tornado or be very dangerous. Kaden, could you remember any other examples of severe weather that have violent winds besides just tornadoes?
like hurricanes can.
Hurricanes,
And
definitely.
also, I remember that YouTube video that showed that a wind picked up a truck and smashed it into a
Yeah, that could happen in a tornado. So the next thing we're going to do, Mr. O'Day is going to pass out our devices that are 3-in-1. Can we remind us of the first two that we've already studied?
wind.
Juliana, what's the first device called that measures wind speed? Anemometer, exactly right. And what is the device called that collects the rain and measures how much rain we got? Let's have a quiet hand raised. Grayson, what's that device called that collects rain? Anemometer is the one that measures wind speed, but what's the one that collects rain called? It has rain in the name. Nazir, do you remember? Rain gauge. And now our third device is going to be our weather vane. And that's this bottom little blue part. I want all eyes up here looking at this bottom little blue part. That's the part we're going to look at today, the part that Mr. O'Day's spinning with his pinky finger, Caden. So we're going to talk about that. What does this weather vane do? looks exactly like that.
Actually, think about it. Let's think about it. Do you want to do number 2? No, not yet. Hold on. Save that wonderful thought. Save it. Just save it right
The
here.
thermometer on it.
Okay, so let's see.
I think go for it. Let's see what Julie is.
We're not supposed to be drawing right now. He did not say draw anything.
There's a thermometer on this thing too. I know, but it's a thermometer. Where?
Don't be so rough. Let me show you the only thing we're looking at. This is it right here. So look at what's on top of there and see if that is a connection. That's just to connect it to the building. Look at this right here and make a connection. Look what's on there.
Don't worry about it. I don't want to hear it.
No, it's like I can go in. A compass. It is not right now. We are going forward. You're all right. A compass. That's what I said. Alright, that's a compass. It searches. It has right now north, west, south. Whichever way the wind blows, it blows that way. And then let's say it tells you like
Don't tell me. Hold it in your head. Hold that one. You guys have
I'm
great
not
thoughts.
telling you that. I'm not telling you
Hold
that.
it right here.
I'm not telling you that.
No, we're not moving that. Oh.
Okay, so I've heard a lot of good predictions, and I would like everybody to draw their weather vane in that big box and then answer the next question, which is, what does a weather vane do? And it says, my prediction is, and I want everybody to take 5 minutes and just do those pictures and answer the question. You need to move your foot down. No, just the
I would. You only want them drawing the weather vane, right?
yeah, just the weather vane.
No, we're not. Remember, this had to do with wind. We're only looking at this. Okay, all right.
Yeah, but we already moved on past that, right? Yeah, you can draw the direction.
Come on, work harder. We are not drawing
This
the
is
whole
how much.
box.
What's a weather? What's a weather? Guess so. Whoa. Oh, that's it. So, let's see how much is blowing inside the place.
Okay, let's problem solve first.
Northeast,
First,
southwest.
let's think about why we're using this. We don't really need to hold it. Are you done looking at it? Are you done labeling it? Are you done labeling it? No? Okay, go ahead and finish and then let her have it. I just say okay, yes ma'am, and move on.
I was taught that a tornado had picked up a baby from the weather.
All right, Jude, you did a good job.
What?
And set it down.
What does
And it
a
was
weather
still sleeping,
vane
and then
do?
the kid
And what is your
went to
prediction?
school, and the kids all said
Write it down.
and then
That seems like it was maybe more of a folk tale than a true story. Yeah, I want you to answer your prediction too.
I think that it is used for making tornadoes.
That's your prediction. All you have to do is draw the weather vane. Remember that only the one part is the weather vane, because this is the anemometer and this is the rain gauge.
This one, that's right?
Yeah, you could draw that, but we really just want to focus on the weather vane.
The weather vane, which is this right
That's
here.
it.
I think it's used for
And observe this and write here what you think it does. That's our rain gauge. We're not doing that today. We're doing our using this.
Wait.
Right, thank you. finish up in 2 minutes.
Okay, that was me. Is it me?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get that prediction.
Guys, look what things like this. I'm actually saying yeah, he doesn't like me. Who are you guys talking about? His brother. Jordan's brother? Jordan's brother? Yeah, his brother.
Care more about the prediction.
It was used for his birthday.
Did you write down what your prediction was? Okay, good job.
It was used for Valentine's Day. Stop trying to get it. You can't get a joke. Look at this. I used to get a joke.
He does anything else? Or it's just he's for tornadoes?
Wow. That is
That's a good idea.
Can we move to this?
Julian, I want you to make your prediction too.
You scared me? Scared you? You're like, let me make your prediction.
Did you guys think the year was short?
I was like, how is this? And I'm
A lot of times it just like gets bigger and bigger all of a sudden. Yeah, and it's collecting dirt, so it becomes dark too. At first you can barely see it. You can't see the wind, right? But you can. You can see a tornado because that's a little dirt. Okay, that was good for prediction. Let me have the quietest table group line up first, and I would like all my yellow students to hold on to the weather vane when we go outside.
yellow students.
And I will call the quietest group up first, and maybe we can even earn a
I'm
table point.
yellow too. Yeah, but you weren't present last time. Was? I was.
Ooh, the Minecrafters were quiet first. I think they earned themselves a nice table point. Let's see if they can line up and keep that table point.